Hi everyone, welcome back. So it's been a while since I filmed a video. I'm sorry, the summer just gets away from me when my kids are home, but I got a lot of new PR products in and a lot of new makeup to try. This was something that I talked about on Snapchat, and a lot of you guys said you really wanted a review. So BareMinerals came out with a new BarePRO Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. Good for skin, 24-hour full coverage. Sounded right up my alley. Now this little press box that they sent me came with two different shades, a contour palette, two brushes, and a primer. So I thought it was like the perfect all-in-one pack to do a video. This is going to be a first impressions on these products, but I also will link down below how I feel about the products beyond just the one-day first impressions. A lot of times I'll have first impressions on a product and it's not always my long-lasting impression. So a lot of times I'll be like, oh no, that was not my favorite foundation, and then I'll use it again and I'll be like, actually I really love this foundation. That happened with the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir foundation. I didn't love it as much as I ended up loving it. Do you know what I mean? So your opinions can change. I am going to test this out, not for 24 hours because I definitely don't wear my foundation that long, and I don't know, I just feel like you shouldn't. You shouldn't wear your foundation that long, but I am going to test this out for 16 hours of wear. First of all, it says it has SPF 20 in it. It is 24, it's a mineral lock, 24-hour coverage, long wear technology, mimics natural lipids in your skin. It says it has papaya enzymes working to exfoliate the skin's texture, bamboo stem extracts to give a blurring and soft focus, Instagram-worthy filter-looking skin, but in real life. Breathable and creamy formula, a natural matte finish, and it feels like second skin. Improves appearance of skin texture over time, and it is available in 30 true-to-you shades. At the very top of this, you can see all of the shades that it comes in. I mean, it goes to a very deep complexion. So that is so great that they have that. So it came with this brush. This says a new Luxe Performance brush. It's like cut at an angle. This says specifically designed to mimic your fingertip shape and to blend around difficult spots around the nose and eyes. Tightly bound hypoallergenic fibers make it easy to deliver an even application. They sent me over one of the primers, but there are two of them. They have Combo Control, which says a milky face primer for combo skin. Lightweight milky to powder texture, dries to a natural soft finish, helps to absorb oil in the T-zone and maintain the skin's natural moisture balance throughout the day. And then there's another one, it's called Good Hydrations. That is a silky face primer for normal to dry skin. Rich radiant texture, dries to a smooth radiant finish, reduces the appearance of dryness, fine lines for a smooth canvas. So I'm going to try out the one that they sent. This is the Oil Control. And then also we have a contour palette with two contours and one highlight. And then that also comes with the brush as well. So we're going to use all of these. This is what the bottle looks like. It has this little spout right here. So I'm just going to put this on the back of my hands, let it drip down. Let's just check the texture on that. Ooh, that feels super nice on the skin. Wow, that feels really good. I like the smell. It has just like a light faint, almost like product smell. I can't describe it. It's not like florally. It smells like how like the foundation and other products smell. That rubs in really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up. So far so good. I really like the way this feels on the skin. Feels like it's pretty hydrating for being oil control, but you can feel it sort of drying down to like a soft finish like it says. I can feel it sort of like getting that soft finish once it's absorbing into the skin. Okay, now that I have my hair up, let's move on to the foundation. I have two different shades. I have Golden Ivory 08 and then I have Light Natural 09. I think I'm gonna go with Light Natural 09. This sheet that they sent me does not have a price list. So I'm not quite sure the prices of these products, but I will find them online if I can, and I will leave them in the description box, or I'll try and like leave an annotation in the video. So broad spectrum SPF performance wear liquid foundation. This is what the bottle looks like. It has a pump, a nice glass bottle, feels really nice and weighty. I don't know if that makes a difference to some people, but it feels like a luxury foundation. Okay, super liquidy when I pump it out. As you can see, it will run down. I'm gonna do about 3 pumps and see where that gets us. Okay, so I'm gonna use this brush that they sent that says that it's supposed to mimic the fingertip. This might be honestly a little bit too light for me right now, but we're gonna go with it. Ooh, that is a nice full coverage. That's a really nice full coverage. Ooh. I love a good full coverage foundation. My only problem is I don't like it when it looks cakey. So that's like what I look for, is like a natural finish. Now, you know what I should have done? I should have done half of my face with this brush and then the other half with like a beauty blender or something, because I like using a beauty blender with these more liquidy foundations. I just like the way they apply better. Because kind of on my skin, I feel like I can kind of see it. And when I dab a product in is when I like it better. And I don't know if this is just because this color's a little bit too light for me right now, but it is the darkest of the colors that they sent. So about 3 pumps is where it got me, and I still haven't done my forehead, so I'm gonna go add more foundation, and I'm actually gonna get a beauty blender and just kind of blend the rest of this in, because I honestly don't think I love the way that it blends in with this brush. Okay, I got my beauty blender, and I'm just going to do my forehead with the beauty blender, and then I'm gonna kind of run the beauty blender over the rest of my face. I honestly think this color is just really light for me right now, because when I use a foundation that's too light for my skin, obviously it looks a little bit more chalky, because right now the finish just looks very foundation-y in my opinion. I'm going to apply the second layer of foundation. We're going to try 2 layers. This is what 1 full layer. It is a pretty full coverage, but I am going to go in with about 2 more pumps to just kind of even out the rest of my face and give me a little bit more coverage on some spots over here that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. Wow, that I probably just used too much foundation right there, because it didn't need that much. So a little bit goes a long way. It is very full coverage. Okay, I'm going to use, this is from YSL, Touche Éclat Radiant Touch. This is number 3. I have never used this before, but this was sent to me from Ashleigh. It's kind of like a peach corrector. So I'm just going to put that on, kind of get some of these dark circles right here. I'm going to set my under eyes. This is with Too Faced setting powder, Born This Way. Okay, so far, here are my thoughts. I really, really like this primer. I felt like it soaked into the face. I don't know how it performs yet, but I really like the way that this felt on the skin. I like the way it applied. I like the consistency of this primer. So far, I am not loving this brush. I don't like, it feels like very dry, and that it just kind of like, I don't know, I just prefer a beauty blender application for my foundation these days. And the foundation, now I don't know if this is the wrong color or what, but I definitely don't feel like it absorbs into my skin. I don't feel like it's like that natural looking. It kind of just looks like there's foundation on my skin. I can see a lot of my pores on my face. I mean, I feel like the coverage was full coverage, but I honestly, I feel like it looks really, really like powdery. I don't really like it. Like it dried down fine, but I feel like it just looks like foundation and it accentuates my pores on my face and it just looks like cakey foundation-y. I'm going to try the contour shades. I thought it was a highlighter that came in here, but it's just a lighter contour shade. So it has shade, blend, and pop. So let's just start out with the shade and blend colors. I'm gonna mix those with the brush that they provided. Goes with it. Ooh, that's really pigmented. I'm gonna put a little bit of pop in there to see if I can get that to blend out a little bit. Hopefully I can get that to blend out. I don't know if that kind of is like harsh and muddy. I can't get it to like really blend out. Did I mess up? The one thing I will say is the foundation isn't being disrupted by this. It's still staying on the face. I don't know. See, on the viewfinder, it looks super like harsh, but when I look at it in the mirror, it just looks like a really nice shadow. So I can't tell. I can't tell if this is like bad or what, but it doesn't look like it's skipping. Like it really looks like it's like sitting nicely on the skin at least. So there's that, you know, at least it's like blending into the foundation pretty well. I don't feel like it's like, you know, skipping it all. It doesn't feel patchy, so that's nice. Let's just try and etch this jawline out a little bit. Since I don't have one, you gotta get under there at that dub chin and fake it. Okay. That is the contour. I actually didn't mind that. I liked it. I wonder if it would be a different brush would work better with it as well, because I feel like it applied like a lot of product and then a lot of it was like blending it out and moving it around. With no blush, highlighter, or the rest of my face on, it does look a little bit harsh. But it's very contoured. It's very contoured. So I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my face. Then we will do a check-in. So as I'm sitting here, I feel like I will look in the mirror and I feel like the foundation looks a little bit better. It's kind of like crusty around my nose. I don't know. We will see how this foundation wears, and maybe it just needs a second to like sort of settle in. Maybe it's just that it's too light of a color right now, but I'm just going to give this the benefit of the doubt. We're going to wear this foundation and do some check-ins throughout the day, and I will let you know my final thoughts at the end of the day, as final as it can be for a first impressions, you know, right off the bat, what I think of the foundation. So let me just go put the rest of my face on and I will be back. Okay, ignore the spot on my lip. I swear I have my lipstick within the lip lines, but I had like this. Did you guys ever get like if you wear like too rich of lip products? I got like this one super painful blackhead like right on my lip. So it's looking all funny now. But anyways, I went ahead and applied the rest of the products on top. I just did like a simple eye look today, nothing special. But I really am going to test out this foundation, see how it wears, and my final thoughts on it. So powder products that went on top of it, I thought they looked alright. I still do feel like it looks like I'm wearing foundation. When I look at my skin, it's not the most favorite or the most flattering, I feel personally, on my skin as far as a liquid foundation. It is full coverage. I do feel like it held up well when I put powder products on top of them and we're really blending it. I do feel like it held up. It didn't like start to break down or anything. So I'm going to continue wearing this, and then I will check in a few check-ins throughout the day just to see how it's looking on my skin, if it's broken up at all, because this does claim to be a 24-hour wear. So we will see how that wears. Plus I used the primer that came recommended with it. So we've got the whole thing working for us to see how it looks. So let's just go ahead and wear this baby and see how it turns out. Okay guys, this is about 4 hours later. I have to say that, let me look in the mirror. Yeah, like I feel like it's held up pretty well. The only thing is, it almost like feels drying a little bit. Now I don't know if it's because I used that primer and I need probably a little bit more hydrating of a primer, because I'm more, instead of like combination skin, I need hydration. Oh, that's just like food on my face. I was like, what is that? Still rocking this spot on my lip, but I just feel like on my chin it has broken up a little bit. It just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin up close, but far away I feel like it still looks pretty decent. Like definitely the powder products have held up on my face. So it definitely has like a really good longevity for wear. It's not like breaking up very much around my nose or anything. The only problem is I just feel like it's just kind of like sitting there. It hasn't like saturated. I'm more looking for that feeling of it becoming one with my skin, you know? So I don't know, like I hate to say that it doesn't work for me, because again, this is a first impressions, and I feel like when I play with foundations more, I'm able to get that feel of how the foundation works with different primers, with using different methods of application. Sometimes I'm like a huge mixer. I like to mix foundations together. So I'm gonna have to play with this foundation a little bit more, just because first application, I just feel like, especially my chin and like right here, I can see it. Like I can just like see it on my skin, and I don't feel like it is looking the most natural on my face. So I'm going to continue wearing it, and I will check back in a few more hours just to see how it's wearing. Okay, we've been wearing this foundation a long day. This is about 12 hours into it. My lip is completely worn off. There's like nothing on my lip. I'm going to say it held up to the powder products really, really well. Really well. The only thing is that it's still, like, it broke down a little bit here around my nose. I didn't have to powder at all. It didn't get like greasy or anything. Like it's still very, very matte. So it stayed a matte finish. I probably need one of two things. I need a darker color that matches my skin, at least for right now, for the summertime, for starters. And I need to use a little bit better of a primer for this foundation and for my skin. I need more of a hydrating primer just because I feel like I can kind of see it sitting on my skin. That could be because A, my skin's probably a little bit dry at this point right now because I just got back from traveling, and B, the color of the foundation is lighter. So it's lighter than my skin, so you're able to kind of like see it more. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to work with mixing it with other products, but so far, not my favorite, and I'm wondering if this is just because of those reasons that I stated. But what I will tell you is that I think that they did a great job with the amount of colors that they have in the line. Also, I really do like this contour palette. When I first was applying it, I was like, oh no, because I feel like it really, I mean, like this stayed all day on my skin, like really did stay, so it worked nice. I actually liked it with this brush. I felt like this blended stuff out pretty well, so Yeah, this was the brush that I used. So I like this combo where you have like the shade, which is the darker color, and then you have the blend where you kind of, you know, use it to blend out, and then you have the pop, which the pop, honestly, you're supposed to use it as a highlight, but it's a little bit dark. I would use it for just to kind of get a little bit more of a blend, like that gradient, so that you can kind of blend it. But I don't feel like, I like the color, and I feel like it does give, like, maybe in the viewfinder it's like but I feel like it gives a really nice look in person. It does give structure to the face, and girl, we know I need some structure to my face. And I feel like it stayed up really well, and when I blended it out, it didn't get muddy. The foundation held up. It didn't get patchy or anything like that. And as far as long wear, that foundation is very long wearing. And these are very long wearing and nice. So I really like this. This is definitely something I'm going to continue using. I'm going to play around with the foundation a little bit more, but hopefully for some of you who are really, really curious about that foundation, if you want to get a sample of it, I would recommend that. Maybe if you have a little bit more oily skin, I think girls with oily skin might really, really love the foundation because it does really last, and maybe it's just the fact that my skin is super dry right now. So it's always like a catch-22 when I'm trying a new primer and a new foundation. Sometimes I wish I would try a foundation with a primer that I already know how it reacts with my skin, so that I really know how that foundation works. So that's a little bit of the negative space in this review, is that I did use a new primer, new foundation. So I'm not quite sure if I can say one thing about the foundation without saying the other about the primer, you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm going to continue using it. Hopefully this was somewhat helpful to you. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you as part of my family. So thank you guys so much for watching. I think I already said that, but I like to say it twice, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.